Kia ora Star Wars fans, welcome to middle-aged Kiwi man collecting Star Wars figures. Now I am super excited for this one. These just arrived today. Finally got our hands on the Blurrg and Mandalorian. I couldn't be any more Blurrg and excited about this. Can't wait to have a look at this, open it up, give it a review, so come check it out with me. Alright, so first off I bought two of these and I'm sure many of you did as well. And just to give you a sense of the size of the box, it is about the same as the speeder bike. So check that out. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, two of these. Alright, having a look at just one box on its own. And one thing I was immediately struck with is there's a bit of a sepia tone to these photographs. I don't know if you can tell in this light because I've brightened it up a bit, but looks really cool. I'm pretty sure Matthew Cohen from Shooting the Galaxy did all these diorama shots for the packaging and they look superb. And they're taming the Blurrg on Quill's farm, riding the Blurrg, showing you exactly what you get in the set. Being bested by the Blurrg, and then again on the back, just such awesome packaging. I love the vintage collection for many reasons, but the packaging is obviously one of those reasons. So I'm just going to show you how it comes inside the box. I'm sure you've seen this in other people's reviews already. Worth having a look anyway. I haven't seen it done in a Kiwi accent yet, so there we go. There's the tray. Oh, and you can see the carded figure pops out beautifully from the back of the packaging. And here is the Blurrg with a little bit of assembly required, so let's do that now. Basically, you've just got to pop on both the legs and one of the arms, and then you've got this rein as well, so let's have a look. There is the Blurrg assembled. What a design it is, like a piranha crossed with a T-Rex. Maybe a sperm or a tadpole or something. Anyway, it's got this articulated jaw. Looks so cool. Check out the paint detail on those eyes. That looks amazing. The tongue texture, the mouth texture, the teeth. Really, really cool. It's got ball hinged shoulders. No other articulation going on the forearms, but they are a little bit softer. And these big solid ball jointed hips and thick legs, really sturdy legs. Mean it's got rocker ankles as well. Yeah, look at that. The tail's made of a softer, kind of more rubbery plastic, but anyway, the point is super sturdy. And then this is the bit, goes in his mouth somehow. Must be around like that. That in, chomp away. There we go. You got your reins, good to go. Alright, and there's the Mandalorian Avala 7 figure that comes with the Blurrg. And I've got to say, right off the bat, out of all the Mandalorian carded figures we've got, I have to say this is my favourite card image. That looks magnificent, and this is one of my favourite versions of the Mando armour. All the way back from season 1 on the back there, you can see it's VC 335, and just talks about how he gets to riding the Blurrg thanks to Quill. Because it comes in the set, of course you get it unpunched, and another nice feature of this is that there's no warning label information in there, and that I believe is because the warning label information comes inside the box, so don't need it for the figure. So the figure looks magnificent, carded like that. I bought two, one of them I'm going to keep carded. Right, there is the Mandalorian figure out of the packaging. And gotta say, he looks magnificent. Let's have a look at the Ambin rifle to begin with. So some nice paint details on there, which you don't get as much in the vintage collection these days. So there's the gold bit for like cartridges. Nice metallic paint around the rifle, and a different silver for the tip there. And some nice brown for the wood stock there, so I think that's fantastic. This pistol, unfortunately just the one metallic grey there. There's no painting of the handle for that one. And let's just have a look at this guy. Wow, he looks awesome. Comes with a soft goods cape, which looks magnificent. He's definitely a duller, I want to say duller as in not interesting, but a little bit more matte than the previous version. Of course, he's got the Beskar shoulder armor. He upgraded that. On the back, you can see there's a hole for his Ambin rifle, but nothing for a jetpack, because he doesn't have a jetpack yet. The big improvement to this figure is, of course, the new barbell hips. He doesn't have rocker ankles, but given my recent issue with Earthquake the other day, I don't mind not having rocker ankles for this. I'd much rather have the hips. Let's have a look. So you got the soft goods cape, we've mentioned that. Double barbell for the head, so huge range of motion there. As you'd expect for the shoulders as well. But that's a bit stiff, there we go. Elbows. Gosh, this has come a little bit stiff, this figure. Try that elbow. Yeah, you can get it to just over 90. He's got hinges at the wrist as well. Again, this figure's a little bit stiff, so I just be careful, I guess. A little bit of a crunch there. Oh, quite a decent crunch, actually. And the belt moves out the way for that, which is cool. The aforementioned barbell hips, and these are a nice pliable plastic, so you can get them up and running. He's got the John Warren thigh swivel. Sensational knee articulation, and just the normal pivot and swivel ankles, which I am cool with. Alright, on the left here we've got VC-166. That was the original Mandalorian that came out back in 2019, 2020 I guess. And you can see it's much shinier than this one, but if you want to get really shiny, that is the carbonized version. God, that looks awful. So I'm going to take that out. Again, differences. The major upgrade is, of course, this one didn't come with this ice cream maker, the Camtono. But the major upgrades are the cape, plastic versus soft goods. Let's have a look at the thigh articulation. So that's got the older style. This has got the new barbell. They've both got the same ankles. And in terms of the character design, he has the old Shore Trooper shoulder armor there. It's now been upgraded with this Beskar one. Everything else about his costume should be pretty much the same, but you can just see slightly different colors used, more muted tones in this one. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, might be my favorite version of the Mandalorian. Alright, and finally we've got Mando riding the Blurrg. And I've got to say, probably the most frustrating part about this set, it's an awesome set by the way, and I absolutely love it, but it's the hands and how they interact with the reins. So this hand, the left hand, not too bad, but the right hand, because it has a trigger finger, it's designed to interact with the weapons, doesn't interact with the reins that well. They're not that pliable, so it's really hard to get both hands holding the rein, but that is a minor complaint really in terms of this set. And if you have a look on the back, I can even get it with the Ambin rifle sort of in his back while riding it, but honestly, better to take that out. Even the pictures on the box don't have him with his Ambin rifle. I think there's only one picture on the box that has him riding it, actually. But anyway, a very, very cool set indeed. Awesome to finally have the Blurrg. But wait, there's more. So you can take the bit out of his mouth and take the reins away, and also you can take the saddle off. There's a nice little peg there, so you can have a little Blurrgy running around in the wild. If you pop the top off your Razor Crest, you can comfortably fit a Blurrg inside there. You could probably fit both of them actually. Come around here. Mine's still on its flight stand, so this is a bit awkward, sorry. There he is. And there he is looking up the ramp at it. Yeah, Blurrgy, Blurrgy, Blurrg. Alright, so there is Mando, and here is also Quill on the Blurrg. And you can see quite handily the Quill figure comes with these wide hips as well, which means he can sit on the saddle quite well. Like the Mandalorian, I had real trouble with the hands, so yeah, really struggled to get Quill's hands on the reins. And actually it reminded me, and I haven't played with this figure for a while, but he has hinged wrists, so it felt very vulnerable trying to get him to hold the reins. But anyway, I've managed to get him in a position like this where looks kind of like he's holding them. But anyway, awesome to have Quill on his Blurrg as well, so he can ride with Mandalorian. Overall, again, I'm really happy with the 2 Blurrgs that I picked up. I think this Mandalorian figure is probably my favourite Mandalorian figure in the vintage collection and favourite card back, as I mentioned earlier. So really stoked to have these guys in my collection. So many figures and stuff from the Mandalorian. I am running out of space for those, but yeah, it's a nice problem to have. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'm middle-aged Kiwi man collecting Star Wars figures. Ka kite, and I'll see you on another video.